Guess who's the same?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Boxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I wanna be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view.
My drop. I know my situation. I'm fine. Check it out.
Fight is gonna be very difficult for both of us.
Boxingvoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and good morning. Welcome to another episode of TBV. We are back with yet another one. We're going to be talking a little Bob Arum, Earl Spence, and Terrence Crawford, as these three have a little triangle that we need to discuss. And Bob Arum, I don't know, pulling the race card, saying that Earl Spence will be told by Al Haymon not to deal with the white promoter. So we're just going to just discuss this. What the hell does that mean? Where's Bob coming from? And will we get this fight? Let's jump on out to my co-host. But before we do that, you know the number to call in to be part of the conversation. Join in and voice your opinion. 1-425-569-5241. You can also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation, absolutely free from anywhere around the world. All you got to do is add Nestor Gibbs. We must be friends. Download the free Skype app on the iPhone or Android market. And while you're there, you can download the free Patreon app, as we will be doing a film, not a film study. Those are Tuesdays. Monday, we'll be doing the review of Game of Thrones, plus a couple of other things. We talk all pop culture on Untitled and just a little bit of everything. Boxing, even if Mike wants to talk some foosball. But let's get on out to Mike and Akan and get this thing started.
WTF production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Boxingvoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. And he stayed at 147.
A man should stand up for what he believes in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it. Boxingvoice.com.
Yo. Good morning, everybody out there in the TBV universe. Yes. We're back with another one. Monday morning. I know. It's Monday, man. The weekend is over with. I'm not trying to get up and do shit. I know the feeling. I know the feeling, but the first day of the work week, so we got to get down and get into it. Bob Arum is out here talking hellified shit. Sometimes Bob says things that make me cringe a little bit, that make me think, damn, Bob, you just maybe be crossing the line just a little bit too much. But we'll break it down. We'll get into it, everything he said, all the quotes that from this boxing scene article. And yeah, man, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, we all want it. But Akan, what's going on, brother?
Boxingvoice.com.
There's never any doubt in my mind because I'm the best in the world.
There was a part of me that wanted to go more around. I'm a fighter.
WTF production.
I don't know who he was.
He's talking it. That's what you think in the social space.
Yo. Shout out Dollar DiBiase on that one. He hooked me up with the intro. Yeah, back with another one, guys. I don't know. This is an interesting angle. I mean, is it really a race thing, or is it just marination? I mean, we've said about AJ Wilder. It's frustrating for us fans. We want that big fight. We want it right now. But like Nez and Mike, you both have alluded to, this fight's only going to get bigger. We've spoken about Wilder getting offered 120 million. A year ago or a couple of months ago, it was offered 12.5. So clearly, them holding back, whatever side it was holding back the big fight, Wilder and Joshua, clearly that led to more money being brought forward. So is this really a race thing, or is it just saying this fight can only get bigger? So yeah, let's get into it.
Well, when you say Al Haymon or Earl Spence will be advised not to listen to the white guy, even though he's talking about himself, I mean, that's kind of based on race, because if I'm a person just on the outside looking in, and if I heard that, I would think that based off what Bob Arum saying, not saying that this is factual at all, but based off what Bob Arum saying, I'll be like, yeah, Al Heyman's not trying to make the fight because he's not trying to deal with Bob Arum because he's white. That's what Bob Arum says. But me being smarter than that, I know that cannot be the case, and I think Bob is going a little bit too far when he says when he pulls up the race card.
Well, speaking of Bob, let me just point your guys' attention to some audio, and but go ahead, Akan. I'll pull that up. I'm sorry, I should have had it ready.
No, that's all good. What I was going to say is, do you not think though, Mike, with what you've said, this could harm a negotiation? Because coming out publicly and saying, you don't want, he's probably going to tell Errol Spence not to deal with the white man. Is that the right way or the right thing to say to the LA Times, for example, or just out there in general? We're discussing it now. Is this the right thing to be discussing? Dude, doesn't that kind of put your old fighter in the wrong?
I'm so happy that there's someone other than Mike here. Yes, because yesterday I was saying these same things. Like the way Bob is talking, he's purposely, whether he knows it or not, but he's stopping the fight. Like Keith Idek, a writer for Boxing Scene, wrote an article based off that. Like, how are you asking for a fight while saying these things? Like, it just doesn't make any real logical sense to speak this way. But let me just pull up some audio. Well, I mean, it's going to be difficult because I want you to hear something.
I'll wait.
Yeah, like, this is interesting.
The problem is, does Al Haymon exist? You hear of Al Haymon. You hear Al Haymon doing it. Have you seen Al Haymon?
I have met Al Haymon many times.
When? In the last 3 years?
I saw Al about a year ago.
Well, I haven't seen him in years. I don't think there's an Al Haymon. I think there's a Sam Watson.
You see, now this is also Bob.
So, Bob, you've already sent out the smoke signals on Twitter. This is the fight that I think me and Mari have placed number one in terms of what we want to see along with most boxing fans. How do we get Omaha's finest in there with Errol Spence?
Well, I don't want to negotiate with Haymon on this podcast, but let me tell you.
You can if you want.
Well, maybe I will start it.
Is it a possibility, though, Bob?
Well, after this fight is over, I get back to the West Coast, either Los Angeles or Las Vegas, and on Monday morning, I will call Mr. Haymon and say it's time to make this fight.
Oh, God, that's a round right there. We're not good. I'm glad it's not going down the Pacquiao-Mayweather spoiled milk route.
And it's
which I'm happy too. But now the onus is on Bob Arum. He's been saying that he will call. And I'm just saying, if I'm Al or Khan, if it's you and I have a working relationship, so to speak. If I come on an episode and defame you, start calling you all types of names, why would you answer my call tomorrow? If not only to insult me back. But Mike wanted to rebut.
I believe Bob is trying to use the media just to, I guess, I wouldn't say it's counterintuitive, but I think Bob is trying to use the media to put pressure on the PBC. But when you're Al Haymon,
come on an episode.
What the hell was that? But when you're Al Haymon and you don't have social media, you know what I'm saying, it might get back to you, but it's not going to necessarily resonate the way it's supposed to. I think Bob is out here trying to put the pressure on PBC. I know people say that he's saying things that are out of line. I somewhat agree with that, but at the same time, I mean, if you let personal stuff or things that I say in the media affect how we do business, I mean, watching Billions,
Come
bro.
on, bro.
But you can't say that though, Mike.
Exactly, because that directly affects how you do business.
Nah, not when business is business, personal is personal, bro.
No, but Mike, if you make a comment personally about me,
yes. If I say something personal like a con, you're
a cancer. Like you're a cancer?
That's
personal?
You're a cancer, Con. You're a big dummy. But 1 week later, I said, Con, man, we got a chance to make $5 million together.
I'm not. I have to be personally honest with you. That really depends on the kind of person that you are. But if you call me a cancer 1 week and you tell me that we can make $5 million next week, Mike, I'm most likely not answering your call.
Exactly.
Because you've discredited me. You've actually discredited. And bear in mind, this is just us talking. But what if we had a platform? So I have a huge network behind me, and what my voice is going to speak to the masses. If I say a statement and I make a statement, people are going to report it on shows like this. People are going to come out with news articles. So you saying to me, we can make $5 million together. If you say that to someone like Al Haymon, who's made Floyd potentially earn $1 billion, he's going to say, well, I've got the blueprint to make money. So you discrediting me out there, I hear everything that you're saying, and I just feel like after Crawford came off that kind of win, I was hoping that they were gonna at least start some form of amicable relationship or working relationship, at least some form of conversation. But coming out with this stuff, this is just pushing the fight further away. This isn't even marination. This is I'm not trying to do a business with you. If I'm Al Haymon, I'll say, okay, cool, no worries. Continue saying what you're saying about me. I'm going to put Spence in with someone else that holds the title. I'm going to leave your guy out there. And Spence has just come off a stadium fight. He could essentially say, I'm going to freeze your guy out.
But let's not act like Bob Arum and Al Haymon haven't been going at each other long before I was even thinking about boxing. These guys have been at each other's neck for years now.
Not like this though, Mike. Like, okay, maybe, he's never been this
They
verbal.
had a lawsuit on this. Like, they had a lawsuit against each other.
Exactly. No, not they. He sued Al Haymon.
Yes.
And Al Haymon settled. Okay? He sued Al Haymon for, violating a few different things. I don't want to get into the specifics because I don't have the, actual article in front of me. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just point our attention. Let's point our attention to something else, bro. Bob Arum is at least proposing that this is going to be a 50-50 split joint TV deal to make Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. What that means, and we have audio. I'm just a little nervous. Obviously, I want to credit Steve Kim and Mario Lopez. But they had Bob on whenever they had Bob on. And he says that the blueprint is there. If I could just, okay. He says the blueprint is there with Mayweather-Pacquiao. What I've been saying, and people keep telling me, don't use Mayweather-Pacquiao for analogies like Anthony Joshua and Wilder and Crawford and Crawford and Spence, because they just haven't done enough successful pay-per-views. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather have been doing millions of pay-per-views before they started trying to come together, and that's why they don't want me to use that analogy. But here is the promoter of one of those using the same analogy, using the same blueprint in order to get this fight made.
I think we all been saying that if this fight happened,
audio
and Showtime joint distributed the fight on pay-per-view. Every issue was worked out as far as the announcing team and so forth. And I am absolutely certain that when we sit down with our partners at ESPN, we will find a way to accommodate the other side and their network that distributes the Spence fight. This is an easy fight to make. It's a fight that'll do tremendous business. It's a fight that the public wants. I have confidence in my guy, Terrence. I had the privilege, after a fight in Oklahoma City, where...
well, we don't need the rest of that, but obviously he said, and this is the issue. Yesterday, he's high off the Crawford excitement. In this interview, he's more calm, level-headed, and sounds like he wants to do a business deal. And I think that's the issue that we're having. He doesn't sound this way all the time, bro. And you got to respect Crawford. But you got to respect Spence. He's the A side. I did some research. Obviously, Spence did 400,000 pay-per-view buys. He had 47,000 people there. When you check his Instagram hashtag, he's over 47,000, and Crawford is 10,000 minus that. Crawford's already done a pay-per-view, and it's done less than Spence's first pay-per-view. So, And like I said, the 47,000. I mean, you can be looking at the screen now and see it was a jam-packed arena. Spence put on a show, and it wasn't anticlimactic.
Yeah. Now look, back to the point where you said about the joint pay-per-view. I think we all can agree that if the fight does happen, then that's the model that the guys would go after. Now, when it goes to Bob Arum, man, I don't want to like say Bob is wrong, but at the same time, I don't. Some of the stuff Bob been saying in the media has been a little bit excessive, and I just think that if the fight happens, then it needs to happen behind closed doors. Like maybe the media things is not going the way that Bob thought it was going to go, like by the pressure and stuff. So Al Heyman is not the kind of guy to compromise to anybody until he feels like the business is right for the guys to do something.
So, I mean, what do you think, at least, about Bob proposing this 50-50? For a minute there, it almost felt like he was insinuating that the fight had to happen on ESPN. He was like, well, we'll sit down with our partners at ESPN and we'll find a way to accommodate the other side and the broadcast team that broadcasts Spence fights. And, you know, you can interpret that two different ways. I chose to be optimistic for the purposes of the show and believe that he wants to co-promote and co-broadcast because he used the Mayweather-Pacquiao analogy, which obviously had HBO and Showtime both co-broadcasting that fight. So I want to assume that it's going to be ESPN and whoever it will be with Spence. So my question to you guys is, do you believe that's what he meant? And if so, which one you think Spence goes with? Would it be a Showtime ESPN joint pay-per-view, or do you think Haymon says let's do Fox ESPN joint pay-per-view to really capitalize? Win or lose, these men get maximum exposure is what I'm assuming.
I do. I agree. I think Fox ESPN would be the smarter move. Obviously, it's still a wider audience too. But I do think from where Bob Arum is coming from, he has to do what's in the best interest of Terence Crawford, but also ESPN. Because he has to essentially make it seem like he's going to deliver for ESPN. So we have to bear that in mind too. So I don't think it's too far-fetched to say that he was alluding to wanting this fight on ESPN. I think if the money was right, would Team Spence consider it? Possibly. But I don't know if ESPN can provide what a co-promotional deal between Fox and ESPN can do. So that would be the best way, in my opinion, to go about it.
Now I know all the belts aren't on the line, and but I do feel like this is like a 50-50 because both guys need each other. I think the super fight in the welterweight division is Spence and Terence Crawford. Right now, it seems like Spence and Porter are getting closer and closer to coming with a deal. So I don't think the fight will be next, but when it does happen, I do believe it is 50-50, and I do believe that based on just the amount of people that tune in and show up to Crawford fights and vice versa, I think both guys have a good fan base, and both guys should be getting 50-50 if they do fight each other. See,
I'm glad it was him that went to it. I don't think it's 50-50. We really, for my opinion to be valid, we need to know Crawford's pay-per-view numbers. But based on no numbers, he's not the A side. And I think that's why this fight might not happen. Because if you do have Spence do what he says, do what you keep using in the interview that I've done with the vice president of Haymon Boxing, Tim Smith, says, do the narrative, clean up that side. I'm on that side. If he does that, he's the A side. It's no different. Wait a minute, because I know you're biased in this topic, but I'm gonna lay it out too. Yes,
exact same thing.
I'm gonna lay it out. Excuse me. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. I'm gonna lay it out for the listeners. In this situation, Earl can actively make himself AJ. How? Because the other belts are on the other side, the side that he is on. If he collects them, then the same narrative that people use for AJ saying he has all the hardware, he brings all the belts, makes him the A side. So why would Earl all of a sudden go 50-50 now when he's got what the world perceives as winnable fights on his sides for actual hardware? So there is a clear A side. And there is a reason why Bob is out here saying we want to do 50, because he knows He knows right now is the only time to do 50. If Haymon continues with the master plan, Earl becomes a global, international star, and the split becomes those type of splits AJ was trying to give Deontay Wilder a year ago.
And you have to remember as well, Mike.
Whoa. What's the difference between what's going on now with AJ having all the belts and if Earl gets all the belts? Let me finish my motherfucking statement.
What was the question?
If Earl Spence is AJ and Crawford is Wilder, doesn't hold on. Doesn't Crawford hold the same amount of cachet as Wilder has to bring the 50-50 fight and bring the other belt to the table?
No,
Mike,
you want to answer?
The reason why I think, before you go, the reason why I think that's not, you can't compare it is because the thing that AJ gets criticized for.
He did compare it though. He has compared it.
But the reason why I don't think you can compare it is because the thing is different being a pay-per-view star in America than it is being a pay-per-view star in the UK. The reason why we say Wilder and AJ are 50-50 is because AJ selling 1.5 million in the UK doesn't equate to 1.5 million in the US. So if you go Errol Spence and he goes and takes out Sean Porter and he collects that belt and does another stadium fight and he does 500k buys, that equates to more. Even if Terence Crawford does a successful pay-per-view, the numbers are successful. That's now 2 successful pay-per-views that he's behind on, essentially. Even if it's successful, he's still playing catch-up. If he collects all the belts in America currently, and he has 3 of them, and that's 3 pay-per-views, Mike, he's on a completely different level to Terence Crawford. You can't compare the two.
Yes, you can, because I'm glad you brought up the pay-per-view. I like you, Akon. If you, what's the word, like, put those pay-per-views right beside each other, AJ 1.5, that equates to Wilder doing 300,000, 400,000, 500,000. The same thing can say for Earl Spence. And Earl does 400,000. Only thing Crawford needs to do is like 150,000 to equate to that 400,000. Both guys are bringing something to the table at the end of the day.
Can you explain that? What do you mean Crawford?
Because AJ does 3 times what Wilder
Yeah, but
does.
Crawford and Earl are in the same country, so I'm not getting.
They're in the same, but it's at the same time. It's still 3 times.
What? How is it 3 times?
Because if Crawford and Khan only do 150,000, I'm just shortchanging.
Okay.
I'm just shortchanging it. That equates to the same thing as Wilder does with 300,000, 400,000 compared to AJ. That's my whole comparison right there.
No, but the issue with the comparison is that when you compare Wilder to AJ, you're comparing dollars, not numbers of pay-per-views. We're comparing dollars. So you can't say Crawford did 150 and say that it's the same because that means he's losing, bro. You get it now?
You called me, you slick. You slick.
Yo, he's funny, yo. He's trying, though. He's trying for Crawford,
hey,
y'all.
Man, look, but at the end of the day, we don't know what numbers came out yet, so we can't really say how Crawford done with this pay-per-view against Khan. But at the end of the day, man, a super fight takes 2 people. So even though Earl Spence might do more and attract more people down to Dallas, he needs Crawford for the super fight. We all know that. So if they come together, it's not going to be anything less than 50-50 or 55-45 that I can see. But at the end of the day, I think Bob's going to push for that 50-50.
I agree, but I think the 50-50 only happens now. I do agree with exactly what you said, but I think that 50-50 happens now. When you have all the belts on your side and you can go that route and you can go 3, you can do 2 more pay-per-views.
I don't even think 50-50 is available now because Earl is the clear A side. He's gotten more tickets sold and he's done more pay-per-views. Now, can Crawford make a case if this pay-per-view does well? And on yesterday's show, I said it might because they had that branding. Like, that was something I've never seen. At the bottom of the screen, no matter what happened on there, whether it was boxing being shown or a Bounty fucking paper towel commercial, the bottom said, buy Crawford Khan, $59.99, you know, how to do it and all that good shit. So I'm wondering how much that active overlay helped in purchasing, because now it's on the minds of the viewer. Now they can see it. The way that I got Joseph's super chat on the screen, now you can see it and it becomes embedded, and it may give you It might entice you to buy the pay-per-view. So I don't know. I'm hoping he did well so that we can get it now. But I'm just saying, bro. Again, I'm using the same terms I've been using for 10 years. I'm in this reality, so I'm living in this reality. And the reality is, Earl got a lot of ways to boost his stardom. Eddie Hearn made Raise Your Profile famous. That's infamous with boxing now. And that's what Earl is doing. There's a rumor that Earl's already made the fight with Sean Porter in Texas, no less. What the fuck is that going to do? Now the same 47 people know he's about to unify. Oh, there's more belts on the line? Oh, and this time it's versus a real welterweight? Oh, hell no. He was in there with... he beat Garcia? No, bruh. No. It's time to play the sad music for Crawford and Top Rank.
But you can't, hold on. You can't do that. You can't expect the same.
Hold on. We holding on to them straps in that A-side status.
All right, okay.
I mean, you pick the side. You pick the side.
All right, look here, man. 47,000 was good. Sean Porter last fight at California Carson at the StubHub didn't do great numbers. Now we can kind of contribute some of those numbers to Mikey Garcia because there was a big demographic of Mexican fans in the audience. So let's see how Earl draws with a guy in Sean Porter who not known as a big time ticket seller. So if Errol does 40,000, 35,000 plus with Sean Porter, then we can start talking about A side, B side. But I'm thinking even if he does that, it's still Bob is not going to settle for 60-40 or anything less than 50-50 knowing Bob Arum. He knows what he holds. He knows he holds the other side. Just like Al Haymon knows with Wilder, they hold the key for the super mega fight. So why give it up now?
I agree with what you're saying. I completely agree with what you're saying, Mike. However, I just think in America, we always the one thing that the UK and the US have criticized us for not realizing the money that's available there. And I think with America, when you put on spectacles and big events like you saw Garcia and Spence, that resonates. That's in the minds of people. And when they said, if 47,000 people now already know that, and however many 400,000 or however many the pay-per-views saw that and believed that they were entertained, you can only assume that the next numbers that are going to come in are going to do way better than that. So I just think if that fight was to be made in terms that Bob Arum was going to agree with, that moment is right now. That time, in my opinion, is right now. I don't think you have a case for 50-50 if Spence does a huge event again. I don't think you have a case for that anymore. I think then it becomes a matter of you're going to have to outdo what I do in order for you to sit at the table and ask for an even share. Mike, I think you're muted.
Totally am. Now, do you agree with me that Amir Khan and Terrence Crawford was not a big event?
I agree with you. Yeah.
Would you also agree that maybe not that many British fans travel over to see Amir Khan because they knew what was going to happen?
Yeah, but I think Amir Khan's been inactive, so I don't think his following to the US would have been as big as if he'd, for example, taken the Brook fight earlier. Had he taken the Brook fight earlier, I think more would have traveled out with him.
Now, with that being said, Crawford and Khan still put in 14,000 at Madison Square Garden, based on the sheer fact that Terrence Crawford, in my opinion, is the draw. I don't know how many people went there to see Amir Khan, or how many people went there thinking that Amir Khan was going to get the victory, or how much money was on Amir Khan. I think people went there to see Terrence Crawford put on a performance, which he did. 14,000 people was there, and they were at that fight. That tells me that Terrence Crawford is a draw. He's drawing 14,000 at Madison Square Garden. So,
I think he's a draw. He is a draw. No one said he's not a draw, but is he as big of a draw as Spence right now? I don't think so. He hasn't done
that kind of fight down in his hometown at a stadium, and hasn't had that backing from Jerry Jones. I get that. I give Spence that he's a bigger following, has a bigger following down in Dallas. He does great numbers down there. From the Frisco event when he fought the guy that he ended with a body shot, had 14,000 there, to now with Mikey Garcia. So Spence is definitely a draw. But what I'm saying, 14,000 at Madison Square Garden for a guy that we all both agreed was not a big fight, and a guy that we all thought and the public thought he was going to get knocked the fuck out, and pretty much that mean that what happened. He quit. 14,000 people still showed up to support.
That's not what happened.
Okay.
That's not what happened.
Well,
you got Khan out here in interviews saying that he was starting to come on when he got hit with the low blow. And at the end of the day, it was a low blow. You don't want it to be, but we seen the replay, and it sounds crazy you to keep saying that it ain't a low blow or acting like it wasn't a low blow.
Bruh, I said it was a low blow on the motherfucking thigh. That's what I said.
On the thigh.
On the thigh.
Yo,
right,
we got some super chats, man. We gonna go to what do we got here? Time?
Hold on. Whoa. So you saying Amir Khan didn't quit?
Bruh, I absolutely think he quit.
Okay.
But I absolutely think it was a low blow. Just like Teddy
low.
Just
Definitely
like Teddy Atlas. Let me finish. Come on, bruh. Like, you so mad. You so mad.
Yeah.
How you
I'm
asking a question and you don't... Yeah, let me answer the first
one.
one.
It was a yes or no question, bro.
Oh, all right. So preference that. Say you want to answer that way.
I said, do you think Amir Khan do you think Amir Khan quit? I didn't need it's a yes, no.
No,
maybe.
I mean, you didn't say you only wanted a one-word answer, champ.
I was going to follow up with, have you seen worse low blows than that?
Fuck, man, I don't know. Maybe, but that's what I was gonna say. Just like Teddy Atlas. Just like Teddy Atlas said, like, this is bad for ESPN. This is bad for boxing. This is an ESPN analyst saying this live on ESPN. This is bad for ESPN. This is bad for boxing. He said Khan is a better negotiator than a fighter. See, and this is what bothers me. All of us knew Khan wasn't gonna win, but then you got guys like Mike and others. You know, Mike ain't even being paid to say this shit. That some of these other people out here actively being paid to write pro
90 seconds
certain fights. When we know that shit trash. Like, we knew everything that happened in this fight, we knew what was going to happen, except, like in the Spence fight, I will preference that, we expected a knockout. Stop trying to fucking say it like it was it's basically what happened anyway. He stopped him anyway. No, he didn't basically stop him anyway. That ain't no fucking stoppage. Bruh,
right, so you
thing,
believe,
Mike,
I'm
not done. I'm not done. The last thing you
60
want
seconds
is for people to believe he stopped Khan based off of a legitimate foul. It was a legitimate low blow. And that's when the stoppage came. So is that what you're saying? Did he stop them with an illegal blow? Because that ain't what happened. But if you want to paint it that way, let's paint it that way.
What I'm saying is, if the fight would have continued, he would have got stopped. We seen him knocked down in the first round.
Brother, you can't say that. You know why?
Yeah, I can.
You know why? No, you can't.
No,
you can't. Because he was supposed to get the knockout and he didn't. He was supposed to get it and he didn't. He was the better favorite. He was a minus 350 to get it. He was a minus 350 to get it. He was a minus 350 to get it. Just like we thought Wilder was going to knock out Fury and he didn't. You can't say, oh, he would have got the knockout.
I believe he would have. He was starting to touch him up.
Okay, and I can accept that, champ. You believe he would have. You believe is how you preface it this time. The last time you said he would have got it. No, the fuck he wouldn't have. Because you ain't no psychic. You ain't no psychic. You ain't no psychic.
That's my statement.
You ain't no psychic.
I shouldn't have to say, nigga, I believe because it's coming from me.
No, you need to say it because we all know that you just in love with that team. And it's fucking crazy. You keep showing it over and over.
Nigga, he putting on a show, my nigga.
A show.
I like seeing
a show that didn't end in knockout.
Supposed to do.
A show that didn't end in knockout. The one that we thought he was a minus 350 for the knockout, champ. Amir Khan was a plus, brother.
46 seconds into
the fact that he don't want to talk about Spence.
Be logical, bro.
And you rather talk about Khan, who was a 20. He was a plus 2,700 by decision, champ. I mean, excuse me, by knockout. Plus 2,700. I've gotten draw money at that height. At plus money like that.
Through 6 rounds, you got draw money through 6 rounds.
No. What I'm saying is, at a plus 2,700 by knockout, that's normally for draws. I've locked in draws at that. You know it. And he was he was a minus 7. I mean, a plus 1,700 by decision. Come on, bruh. What type of Was there ever a pay-per-view like that? Not even Broner fucking Pacquiao. And we knew Broner was going to lose. We knew he don't let his hands go. And it wasn't that wide. It wasn't that wide. Mikey Earl wasn't that wide. Like,
plus money
you the B-side. You the B-side, and you asking for fucking 50-50, and look at the opponents you fight.
It's going to be 50-50. It's going to be 50-50.
Not this year.
Three fights.
Not this year.
You fought Horn, Benavidez, Khan.
Not this year.
That's nice.
Not this year. Not this year. It won't be 50-50 this year. The only way it's going to be... Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. It's going to be 50-50 the same way Wilder AJ is going to be 50-50. With both teams... What you mean why we arguing? Because your man want to make the deal today. Your man want to make the deal today.
Oh, so you the one that don't want to fight next?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Arum wants the deal today.
He want to make the fight.
So he gonna have to pay a whole lot of money, a whole lot.
Because so now we gotta pay money, listen, and we can't come together for a joint venture.
Why would I come together on a 50-50 pay-per-view when my guy is worth more? What big NFL team invested in Crawford? Go ahead. I'll wait.
You think that anybody that Errol Spence fight is going to do better numbers than when he fight Crawford?
I never said that. Why are you even saying that? You wasting time.
Because
you wasting airtime. We could get to callers. We could get to callers if you want to talk crazy. Worth more than who? Worth more than who?
Talk, nigga?
Who's he worth more than? Who's he worth more than?
If my guy is worth more, that means no matter who he fights, he gonna get more if he fought. No matter if he fought Terrence Crawford or not.
Who is he worth more than?
I don't think he's worth more than.
You said my guy's worth more. That's what you said. You said
that. What you said, Ness?
What?
My guy is worth more. Why would I fight Terrence Crawford now? That's what you said.
For 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same so AJ argument.
That means anybody that Errol Spence fight, he's gonna get more money than if he fight Terrence Crawford.
Earl Spence is the favorite in any fight. What are you talking about?
Mike, that's not what it means.
Yo, Mike drunk off his coffee, man.
Mike, that's not what it means though. If he's saying his guy's worth more now, as in right now, it doesn't mean that he's gonna fight anyone and make more than your guy. It just means that he's done more to raise his value in this negotiation with your guy right now.
As payday coming from though.
Oh, his biggest payday is definitely coming from Crawford. No one's disputing that.
Mike.
That ain't. Hold on, Akan. And this ain't an attack on you. We gonna team up on this on bum Mike over here. Are you saying that you are certain, without a shadow of a doubt, that if Bob Arum got off the phone with Al Haymon today and they made this alleged 50-50 pay-per-view deal, it does more numbers than Earl versus Pacquiao? And I'm going to just throw options out there. Earl versus Pacquiao, Earl versus Danny, Earl versus Broner, Earl versus Thurman. How can we be certain? What the fuck are we talking about?
When we hear people talk about mainstream.
Yeah,
ESPN, Joe Rogan.
Get it out, champ.
Anybody mainstream. I don't hear people clamoring for fuck Earl and Pacquiao. I don't hear them clamoring for Earl and Danny. I don't hear them clamoring for Earl and fucking Thurman. But what I do hear them clamoring for over and over and over again, when y'all gonna make that Crawford and Spence fight, man? We want to see that shit. Earl and Pacquiao, we know what Earl gonna do. We want to see Earl and motherfucking Crawford. That's what everybody's talking about. So yes, I'm positive that if Earl fights Crawford, it does better numbers than if Earl fights anybody else on pay-per-view.
I don't think so.
Excluding Canelo.
I think right now, if Earl and Danny do a pay-per-view in Texas, Puerto Rican versus black. You check on Instagram again, check hashtags. Danny Garcia, who's more established than Earl, is at a 45,000 on the searches. Okay? Earl's 47. Crawford's 37. Crawford and Danny been out there longer. Earl is the A-side versus anybody. Danny's more known than anybody in that welterweight division, not named Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, and Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's the only other dude visibly by numbers statistically seen more than possibly Earl, unless you factor Earl's fight right after the Olympics where he got 6 million views. Let's stop letting Mike lie to us, okay? The proof is in the pudding. We need the numbers. They want to call Monday. They better have that spreadsheet account showing the preliminary pay-per-view buys if you want to sit down with Al. Because we seen what happened the last time somebody sat down with Al and didn't have all the information. He got the fuck up and left.
D.I., what's the motherfucking worldwide leader in sports? It don't matter if you watch baseball, football, basketball, soccer, nigga, even ping pong. If you hear them talking about nigga Crawford and Spence as a casual, it's going to leave a fucking impression on you. Period. Fuck out of here.
So you was what? Responding to somebody in the chat? We don't even know what that was about.
Nigga, are you D.I.?
I didn't even know that was a name, Chan. I didn't know what the hell was going on right now.
Man. All right, Chan. Funny guy.
Yo, I thought you was just on your little Crawford
420
rant.
watching now, smash that thumbs up button, man. There's no reason why we should only have 87 thumbs up. Me and Ness been talking shit all morning. Akon occasionally chimes in. But if you want to support the channel, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button, man. Let's get more and more visible. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's let more and more people see Mike talking crazy.
And see me demolish Ness every day, Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock to 10:30.
Demolish you, yo. All you doing is showing your colors, man. It's
Colors
cool.
that, man.
It's cool.
All white.
I see you and
I'm
Bob.
pure.
You
pure.
and Bob. You and Bob.
I'm pure. The only thing, all black even.
You and Bob is shit. Oh, he's not gonna want him to do business with a white promoter. Yo, people will say anything.
That shit,
people will say anything not to make a fight.
I can't believe Bob said that shit right there. Like, come on, man.
I mean, you really,
white guys all the time.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. You really see. And that's what I'm saying. You really see who doesn't want to make this fight. Like, why would you say something like that when Al Haymon does business with Shelly Finkel for years?
Like I said, man. Like I've been saying over and over on this podcast, when you're 84 fucking years old, you start not to give a fuck. Long time ago, what comes out of your mouth? I can't wait till I get that.
Somebody needs to shut them up if they want to make this motherfucking
Damn,
fight.
Hold on, bro. What you mean shut them up? Like
if they want to make the fight, I mean, and this is what I'm saying. I keep the same energy. I keep the same energy.
Didn't mean that.
I keep the same energy because when it's about Wilder and Joshua, you hear people calling and say, "Yo, everybody needs to be quiet." You know, this got to be done behind closed doors. So, like, yo, the energy needs to be the same, man. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button as it helps with the visibility of the show, helps us grow. And if you're watching this live right here on YouTube, subscribe to that YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, and yeah, man, be part of the gang. I think we got 101,000 now. I think we made it to 101. We passed that. They didn't give us any little badge of honor like back in the day.
Tickets.
Back in the day, you get every 1,000 you get a little badge of honor. Now they like, man, fuck your 1,000.
It's probably every 5 or 10 now.
I know, they disrespectful, man. It took long to get that extra G too, man. Let me see what we got. We got Mastermind Joseph in Texas.
Hey, whoa. We got to get to these motherfucking sponsors, man.
Oh, that's right. See, damn, Joseph, I swear to God, Christmas come, I'm going to get this man a iPhone headset. Because I don't know why y'all deal with these Bluetooths. That shit, he sound like he already inside of a soda can.
Hey, he sound like nigga it's about to be a bad call already, my nigga.
He sound like he in a soda can being launched across the football field, man.
I would respect Joseph's call more, and when he talk about Spence, if he had a better phone.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Man down. Now, nigga. Now, TBC all day.
Shots fired.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Joseph, talk to us.
Yo, first of all, I'm going to cuss out the lady that sold me this headset because she told me it's 95% sound reduced. But Bob Arum showed you don't want to fight, man. He's showing you don't want to fight. You don't believe in Crawford. And I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I think we've told you this before, but you really think the only super fight is Terrence Crawford. But me and this have told you before. As soon as Thurman spectacularly knocks out Manny Pacquiao, it's over. Nobody cares about Spence Crawford. They're gonna want Spence Thurman again. That was the original super fight. So the fight you need to hope don't happen is Thurman Pacquiao, because that's gonna put your boy to the C side, not even the B side. You're gonna have to get 15%. They don't want the fight. Bob Arum doesn't believe in Terrence Crawford. He proved it. He's proven it every day. And 50-50.
How you figure he's proving it? How you figure he's proving it?
The way Bob Arum is talking. It's like y'all just said. When you want the fight, when you want to make the fight, you don't talk like that. You don't push her. Ness, if I'm like, hey Ness, I wanna co-promote a podcast with you. But then the next day I go on and I say, man, you know what? Ness is a real asshole piece of shit. He's a liar. Don't trust him. He's racist. He's Dominican, but he hates Mexicans. And then the next day say, hey Ness, let's do some business, big dog. We can make some big money. you got about, you gonna really return my call, Ness?
Nah, man, I hear you, man. I hear you. It's Mike that don't understand.
It's all right. Like I said, Ness, we know the real super fight. It's gonna be Thurman Spence.
He mad. Look, he mad. He think Tolani Minge gonna raise his profile.
Oh man.
And another thing, real quick, Mike. You kind of said, no, Errol can't make better money.
Cut it.
Man, use your boomerang status.
That is his boomerang, because I forgot
man.
today's Monday, man. He just had like 3 minutes right there. Let me get on out to pound for pound support in the New Orleans.
Well, you that. You got to come back to back, huh? Okay.
Hey, man, they got status. I ain't doing it. They calling in.
I just called in. And Mike, I know you see the production. Bruh, I never been so embarrassed in my life. I mean, I consider you a real one out here. And you out here caping. And you caping for the wrong one. I mean, if it was Eddie and he said, we're not going to do no business with that black guy, it was Eddie would be out here. I mean, no business with that black guy. I mean, you hear it in the scripture. Well, because it was in the paper, so you didn't actually hear what it said, but you know what it sounds like. And Mike, the tiptoeing you doing this morning, it's disgusting. I mean,
not tiptoeing.
No, let me talk. I only got a little to talk. Look, be like a calm, be a quiet. Now look, check this out. I need you to pull the real Mike out. Will we be having conversations later about how we gonna make money together?
Bro, if you said that, I would be like, hey man, fuck you too then.
Man, fuck out of here, bro.
Bro.
Or ESPN.
I can't control what people say.
I'm not talking to Mike. Ain't gonna give me an interview because he in the wheelchair.
I react to it.
Stop it, son. You want me in Border Wars next day?
All right, nigga, you can get it. Strap in, nigga.
Don't play with me. I'm out of here. Akam, man. Daddy bought you a mic. Now speak.
Bro,
Yo.
He don't even use the mic, man.
I mean, you didn't really give much of your opinion though, but you kind of went up.
Daddy bought you a mic, nigga. Now speak. Only nigga who lost to Mario. Cut it. Mario eat your
Yo, get out of here, Mike.
Come back
you trying to steal somebody else's words?
Yeah, I just thought about it, nigga.
Nah,
big up to my nigga Seal last night, or Arum.
Nah,
whoever brought
man,
it up.
Come on, man. You
R&B, get your get back, homie.
You wildin', bro. You out here trying to steal lines, man. We going out to Gary in Texas. It's been a long time.
You just nigga pure out here.
Gary, what up, B? It's been a minute.
What's going on, TBV?
Chillin'.
I gotta agree, Mike. You know, I think Crawford's the best fighter in the world, right? Best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He shouldn't have to play B-side to anyone. But he's got no choices, right? Like this, they got nothing else for him. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, Errol Spence is the pretty girl in school. He's the head cheerleader. He can go to the dance with anyone he wants, right? They could put him in with Porter, that'll sell. They could put him in with Pacquiao, that'll sell. They could put him in with Danny, and that would sell.
Yes!
Bud's got no choices. You know what I'm saying? It sucks for Bud, but he's got no choices. And he doesn't get a Crawford fight. Who's he going to fight? Cal Brook? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing out there for him. So he's going to take short money. And when I say short money, 60-40? You You know, he's not taking B-side money. It just he has no other choices.
Totally agree with you, man. And it looks like you bodied Mike. He's speechless. Gary, thanks for calling in. Have a great day. We're going to keep these phone lines moving. You know the number to call in, 14255695241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Mike, man, what's up, bro? They got you quiet and shit.
No. Actually, I'm on that guy's. I'm looking for that guy's Twitter.
Who?
That puts out like all the numbers for like TV shows and pay-per-views and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to find it. Hopefully, he might have some early news.
Okay. Well, in the meantime,
Who we got up next?
Yeah, in the meantime, let's keep it moving. We're gonna go out to some more callers. We got
BoxingVoice.com.
It's money to shit. Working that wrist. Ballin' like Swiss. Diamonds wet like a fish. Pull up with them sticks. Come fuck with the clique. We fucked on your bitch. She sucking the dick. I'm whipping the work.
Whipping it up.
Hey yo, what's going on? It's your boy H Money. It's your boy Mr. Dazn. It's the f***ing boy 2019 Rookie of the Year. You dig? Let's talk about boxing, cause that's what I know, bro. I know my fucking boxing, bro. Let's talk about Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? That's the best fight right there, bro. When you talk about skills, technique, when you talk about two undefeated fighters in their prime, you talking about Errol Spence, bro. The undefeated Andre Ward said it. No excuses, make it happen. And he on ESPN. So there should be no excuses. I'm ready for this fight. And this fight reminds me of Oscar De La Hoya versus Felix Trinidad. Two undefeated champions. If you know your boxing, you know this. You know what I'm saying? This is a classic match of a puncher versus a boxer.
Joshua, New Orleans, talk to me.
Hello?
What up?
Y'all gonna have to come back to me. I'm working right quick. Come back to me.
Brandon in Cincinnati, talk to me. Oh shit, Brandon, sorry, hold on a minute. Fuck, Sal gonna kill me. Sal, I apologize.
Man, you on that fuck shit, Ness. You see me sitting here, you going to other niggas. Hey, give me my whole shit right now.
Listen,
Check
remember,
this out, man.
I got like 5 computers. Mike just get
Man,
to sit there and look at his phone.
You're an FBI agent and you showing it again.
Yo, Mike ain't doing nothing. He should be like telling me, yo, people on the line. I'm manning 5 computers here. I'm about to put it on Patreon. Watch.
All right, start my time over, man. You wasted 40 seconds of my shit. Listen, I don't want to hear shit. I listened to this shit last night and this morning. All these motherfuckers calling in, not all of them, but most of them calling in talking about Terrence Crawford got no options, this, that, and the third or whatever. Like, I thought this was boxing. We supposed to want to see the best fight the best. Period. I don't care what side of the street you on. Y'all motherfuckers giving these people a way out every which way. Not only you, Ness, but everybody who been calling in talking crazy about Crawford. We know the man got the skills. We know he top 3, whether you want to say he won or not. He's top 3 welterweight. Motherfuckers need to fight each other right now. Ain't no waiting. Fuck that marination shit. So when we don't get the fight, I don't want to hear shit when Terrence Crawford fight nobody else, because you motherfuckers sitting back giving niggas a way out talking about he can fight Keith, he can fight Porter, let him fight. No, let's fight the best at the top. Keith ain't shit right now. He almost got his noodles loose, pushed back against the other
until he beat Pacquiao, and then the opinion changed.
Hold on, don't cut me off. Next, then you talking about Terrence Crawford didn't knock him out. Nigga, it was a knockout. The nigga stopped the fight. He quit because he was getting his ass whooped. Spectacular performance.
Wasn't a
knockout. That's why he quit.
He quit because he couldn't continue. He quit because he couldn't continue. Stop lying.
The man couldn't continue because he got his ass beaten to submission. The man couldn't continue because he got his ass beaten to submission. That's what it was.
That's the first beaten to submission I've ever seen.
He got his ass beat to submission. That's why he wouldn't quit.
He beat his nuts.
Look in the man's eyes
beat his
and saw he wanted to cry.
He beat his testicles into submission.
back to my point, man. You
uses
motherfucker, Ness,
testicles as
you
a
getting
speed
terrible
bag.
at this shit. Ness, you
live in reality,
man. I ain't trying to hear
I
that
live in
shit,
reality.
man. You a politician.
Cause I live in reality.
You a politician.
You mad?
FBI, you J. Edgar who?
You mad? Cut it. You mad that your man ain't got no options? That's what it is. That's what it is. How you mad at me because I'm an Earl fan and I'm happy with whoever he gonna fight? Just like I'm a Keith fan, I'm happy with whoever he gonna fight. And Keith, you ain't never heard me say nothing different than that. You ain't never heard me say nothing different than that.
Nigga ain't talked about Keith ever.
Man, you a hater.
Keith ain't A-side to nobody.
You a hater.
He'll never be A-side to nobody.
After he knock out Pacquiao, what's gonna happen? After he knock out Pacquiao, you gonna hit Bob Arum and say, well, if Keith Thurman wants a fight, we can make a fight. He's just gotta sign a 4-fight contract.
Spark his ass.
Yeah. Tell your man keep sending them 4-fight contracts over.
Spark his ass out.
All right, but I guess who ain't get the Pacquiao fight? Crawford ain't get it.
For good reason.
Crawford ain't get it.
You heard.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
You heard Bob Arum.
Yo, they mad. Yo, they mad. Not me.
Keep it 100.
Crawford had to knock him out, not me. But look at this. Look at this. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. Hey, look at that ring walk. Oh, these niggas be lying on me. Get him, Earl. 47,000 out there.
Earl fans, boy. I ain't seen a nigga hop from nuts to nuts in my life.
Hey, guess what Joseph said? Guess what Joseph said? Guess what Joseph said? Joseph said that Thurman fight,
pistachios.
Thurman fight and that Earl fight is a super fight.
Let's go! Let's go!
That's fucking right.
Let's go!
That's fucking right it is. That's fucking right it is. And Danny's back. He's back. He's back. And they can do a pay-per-view with Danny. They can do a pay-per-view with Danny easy.
Y'all be disrespecting
easy. They can do a pay-per-view with Danny easy. You mad.
Emotional. Why you emotional?
Chill.
Hey, Bob, send Danny that offer, baby.
Chill.
Send him about 5.5.
What for? Heyman gonna match. Just
Them
like
six
AJ,
then.
just like AJ got last right match offer. Remember that when AJ had the Showtime? It's no different. And DAZN got last match right now. It's no different. We just gonna match. You know what I'm saying? Remember Eddie said, remember AJ said it was gonna freeze him out. Oh, he left. Did he leave? Oh, there he go. I thought you left. I thought he left the stream, yo. Remember they said they was gonna freeze him out? That's what they about to do to Crawford right now.
All right, we ain't tripping. We got super chat from hold on, we got a couple super chats to get to.
Jonathan Sims, y'all giving Bud a way out. So Bob stops the Pac-Man fight. Bud resigns. Bud now wants the EJ fight, and Bob says boycott PBC. Crawford just as guilty. Dude don't even do one-on-one interviews with black media. Oh, that's so fucking true. That's so fucking true. Oh.
Free smoke.
What up, Mike?
Free smoke.
Mike's still waiting on a return call, y'all.
I seen him.
Mike, you still waiting on a return call. Don't lie. You still waiting on a call back. Don't lie.
He's deleted.
Your number
is.
is.
He said he busy this
He
morning.
was like, who this?
Oh, we got a couple super chats to get to. Timer TV. PBC has many different colored people working there. Yes, true.
You know why?
Okay.
You know why he said that? Preface it correctly for those just joining in. Because Bob is out here saying.
Yeah, Bob is saying that he's telling Bob. Al Haymon saying to Earl Spence, don't do business with that white guy, whatever.
Like Lou ain't white, Shelly ain't white.
Julio Ocha.
Kelly Swanson ain't white.
Yeah. Julio Ocha. I'm not reading that first super chat, brother. Sorry about that. Second one, you got to be nice to Al Haymon. LOL, don't hurt him, I guess. Joseph Rodriguez Garcia says, if this was Eddie Hearn saying this about Wilder,
bro, you should
Mike
read that. You should read
this.
that because that shows how much of a hater he is. Like, there's not even interviews on Al Haymon. Meanwhile, this dude knows his sexual preference.
Yeah,
he might be his lover. Julio, can you call in? Julio,
too far.
Julio, can you call in?
Why would you even say
hold
that?
on, Julio, can you call in? How do you know that Al Heyman's an alleged homosexual? Have you had any relations with him? Because there's no articles. I'm just saying there's no articles on that. Maybe this is his hidden lover that we don't know, and we could get the exclusive.
Why would you say that, though?
Because we could be Barbara Walters or fucking Oprah right now. Julio could call in right now and tell us he's been sleeping with Al Haymon because he's the one paying to tell us. He paid to say it.
C Plums 101. Mike, you're wrong, bro. They're both in the U.S. I agree. Texas C says, Arum knew his comments would kill this fight. This justifies the Crawford fans why the next fight will be shit. Probably Brooke. I like Brooke. Texas C says, Spence Crawford does less than Spence Mikey. Sorry. Whoa. I think you're wrong about that, brother. And next red, I already read Jonathan Sims.
I mean, Mike, you can't really say you think you're wrong, right? I don't really know any black versus black pay-per-view. Like, Floyd Berto did bad, and Floyd is Floyd. Like, 500,000 for Floyd was considered bad. There's a reason Floyd Mayweather Khan always chose a Latino to be on the opposite side of the ring. He ain't stupid. He understood marketing. And that's what Earl Spence did with Mikey Garcia. Unlike, some other people who fall.
I also think in terms of star power though, like it's rare for there to be for example, look at the heavyweight division, for example. Right now, the reason why we also want the fight between AJ and Wilder so badly is because when's the last time that we've had like people or two heavyweights at the top of their game with so much star power in the last like 10 years, for example? They both have a lot of star power, and I think with Floyd, when he fought Berto, it wasn't the case back then, and it was smart marketing by Floyd and his team too to make sure that they picked people with large followings, people that even knew, well, I was likely going to lose against Floyd, but we're still coming out to support him. They put serious money in Floyd's pocket.
But the last time two big name welterweight fought that were both black, I got to go back to Floyd Mayweather and Shane Mosley. Apparently they draw 1.4 million buys, and that's
same AJ argument though.
Boxing.
Same AJ argument though. Floyd was an established pay-per-view star. Sugar Shane Mosley fought Oscar De La Hoya twice. Terrence Crawford ain't fighting no Oscar De La Hoya. He ain't fighting Margarito.
All right, I just think, man.
Oscar De La Hoya, dog. Listen,
I believe
Oscar De La Hoya. You gotta understand how big Oscar was, and he created people like B-Hop. Got that first $10 million check for fighting Oscar.
Because he fought Oscar, yes.
Floyd did numbers. Floyd did numbers because he fought Oscar. Pacquiao because he fought Oscar. Like, Oscar is the residual of these stars. So, Mosley fighting Oscar twice, that's something,
gave him a lot of cachet.
That's something.
But I just believe, man, if these two guys
and he was coming off he kicked the shit out of Margarito. Then we found out he had hand wraps. Like, actually before the fight. So it was like we were riding. We were riding with him like, yeah, fuck that cheat up. And then it's like, this guy stepped in the ring with Floyd. He's calling out Floyd. He's talking so we rode with him. I don't know, man. You trying to, this dude trying to say
no. Well, what I was saying was the last time two top black fighters got in the ring at the what division was Mosley and Floyd, and I believe that.
Well, let's just be honest though. Nobody considered Mosley at that time top fighter. He was
past
his prime.
That's what I'm saying too. They didn't maybe they didn't expect Mosley to give up much of a fight, but he did land some damn good shots in that round.
And then Bob Arum, King Marination came right after that fight and gave Mosley the Pacquiao fight.
Yes.
I'm just saying. I just want you to see who you riding with, bro. This is what he does. He acts like he wants to fight. Back then, he was saying he wanted Pacquiao to fight, but then he picked up Shane Mosley. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right. We're going to go to more callers because you ain't never going to learn till you learn.
No. It was, I don't know. I ain't going to put that out there either. But I do believe that if Spence and Crawford fight, they can possibly do 1 million buys. I mean, I don't see why not.
If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Present, future, past, doesn't matter. A week from now, 2 weeks from now. Helping share this show helps us grow. And then, possibly it kind of like leaves the UK. We all in studio. I mean, I don't know. You got to dream big. You got to dream big.
If they do it right, it should be a 4-city press tour. It should be L.A., Dallas, Omaha.
Hey, my man over here promoting the fight not happening.
I'm saying, bro.
People got plans.
See, Sell, bro. You right, bro. My nigga Sell, you right.
Brother,
This guy is a
so wait a minute.
podcast host.
So wait a minute. You haven't heard the rumors? Have you heard the rumors? Yes or no? Have you heard the rumors?
You told me, Mike.
Have you heard the rumors?
Don't be putting that bad energy out there because thousands of people every day.
That's not
hear
bad
our
energy,
voice.
champ. See, this is the problem. You showing your
God.
colors. You showing your colors. You telling me
I can't even talk, bro.
You saying me
I can't get my point off.
You saying me saying Porter versus Earl is negative energy. You see, showing your colors.
Energy.
That's the rumor.
At all.
Tell me that ain't the rumor. Tell me you ain't hear that rumor.
I've been heard that rumor.
So why you saying I'm being negative for reporting what's being reported? Come on,
you reporting that, nigga. You said this fight ain't gonna happen.
Come on. Don't be like that, champ. I'm just saying what the world's saying. The world think it's Sean. Ken ain't been saying nothing. You know what they say. No news is big news. Come on, man. Trying to put that on me. It's all right, though. I see how you doing, Mike. I got you, though.
Super chat from Mookie B. Bob knows he can't make the fight, so he's done doing all this trying to show Bud. Trying to show Bud he trying. Jedi mind trick, fellas. Jedi mind trick. These guys watch too many movies.
Yo, Checkmate Boxing says, I don't think Spence versus Crawford should fight until it's for undisputed 147 champ. I'm telling you, man. Listen, Crawford got to go get that Delani Minge IBO, man. Add some cachet, bro. We going out to, double check the chat. Make sure R&V doesn't warm back. We going out to Anthony.
He do.
All right, R&V, talk to me.
See, nigga,
I was sitting there about to watch my Game of Thrones, and Mike want to talk about cherry picking Keith Thurman. Don't fix your goddamn mouth talking about no cherry pick Keith Thurman. For now and forever, we gonna call Bud Light.
Manny Pacquiao cherry pick
shut up, that nigga. Bruh, you call my man a cherry pick, so you out your box, so I'm gonna have to come at your neck. Forever, no, we gonna call Bud Light because he can't even sniff my man one-time Thurman resume. And Carla, what the fuck is you talking about, son? Don't get mad because my nigga Spence, if he fight anybody in PBC, is anybody gonna go, you know what, man, that wasn't a real 50-50 fight or a 60-40 fight. No. That's why the man got options, motherfucker. We not giving away out to suckers. He not Joshua who gonna fight Povetkin or these other clowns or Martin or anybody else. No, he fighting real dogs. Sean Porter, Uga. These ain't no clowns. So stop comparing the two. My man Spence in PBC, and that's where the street at. Come on to our side instead of listening to the white guy. Now speak what you got. I'm gonna go back to my Game of Thrones. Fuck this shit.
Well. All right, we're going to Anthony Edwards in Cincinnati. Talk to me, Queen City Cobra. What it do?
Man, what it do, man? What it do? I couldn't have said it better myself. R&B. But real quick, hey, don't nobody in Arkansas know shit about boxing, and don't nobody in Indiana know shit about anything else. But hey, Mike, you wanna make some money with me on betting on these Border Wars fights real quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna put money on myself, so I'm plus 200. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I knew you ain't knew shit about boxing, but but yeah, man. See, about a year ago, I knew this. We was gonna end up right here. The moment Bud Crawford signed back with Bob Bear for 4 years.
Who is this again? Who is this calling in?
Well, this is Queen City, boy. You know who it is. Oh. But the moment he did that shit, I knew we was gonna end up here because he about to have a unification fight with Tulani, you know, and the big dogs is gonna get all the glory on the other side, man. See, if he hadn't signed with Bob, he would have been right there in the mix. He would have been a free agent. Like, oh, Bob, you can come promote some shit, but Spence would have been right up on the table for him. He wouldn't have shit to say. But he knew. He knew what the fuck he was doing. So, I don't want to call Bud a duck
I just don't think it would have happened anyway, though.
Cut it.
I mean, they got too much over there to build Spence into something bigger and make this a bigger fight. They're not going to ruin that. This is a business for them, man. Jay Will in Ohio.
If you know like I know, you should lie low. Killer, I used to get it in Ohio.
Yeah, fellas. Let me flow for a little hot minute, Mike, because I know you're going to want to jump in and cut me off, but just let me flow for a hot second. Yo, this shit that Bob Arum just pulled is a total act of desperation, and this is why. His whole tone, for instance, with like Lomachenko, his fighter Lomachenko, his whole tone and his potential fighters for Lomachenko is totally different than his tone is with Buff Crawford and his potential fights. It's a joke, man. Man is desperate. He don't have any options for Bud, so he's trying to get, desperate, trying to say all these things about Al Haymon. And the other part is it's mainly Bud's fault. Bud is fucking retarded, bro. There's no, how in the fuck? Think about this. Think if you're LeBron James, but you don't do no interviews. Motherfuckers will look at you like you fucking retarded. You the face of your fucking sport, but you don't do no damn interviews. And then he's gonna pay the price on his pay-per-view. When these pay-per-view numbers come out, he's gonna look fucking stupid. And like I said, it's just an act of desperation from Bob Arum. His whole tone with Lomachenko and his with fights with Mikey Garcia.
Cut it.
Best analogy that I heard all fucking day. How you LeBron James, you don't do no interviews. But you gotta get better, bro. Simple as that. You gotta get out there more to the public and I talk to these people more. I know sometimes they maybe aggravate you with some of their questions, but at the end of the day, people want to know more about you and want to dig deep into you. So at the end of the day, you got to be more personable when you do these interviews. But yes, definitely LeBron James. Yes, I would agree.
I disagree with the LeBron James reference, though. I don't think he's the LeBron.
Look at him,
I don't think he's the LeBron James, but he's top 5. He's top 5. He's just not LeBron.
LeBron, Greek Freak, Kevin Durant, James Harden, you know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard, whoever you want to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it.
Devin Booker is kind of nice. Devin Booker.
Bring up Devin Booker on the show again, nigga. I would slap you, man. And he from Kentucky. I'm a UK fan all day, but Booker, he got to give, his team got to win. But on the boxing, what's going on there? Who next?
T Plum's on Skype.
What up, fellas? I know y'all kind of explained to Mike already about, why you can't compare Wilder and AJ with Bud and Spence. But I just want to piggyback a little bit. I don't think y'all mentioned the fact that basically AJ's coming to Wilder's market, and pretty much Hearn already admitted that AJ doesn't have that cachet that Wilder does here. So when you comparing Spence and Crawford, since they're both in the U.S., it's like you comparing apples to apples. You don't have to do no, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to do no math to try to figure out how to equivalate things. You just comparing them. And if he do like 150 something, whatever, that's nowhere near what Spence did. So that's like Spence a clear ace out on that. But I just wanted to say, Mike, I think you're tripping. That's all.
I think Mike's starting to learn, man. He's starting to learn. JD not on Skype, and he not on Blog Talk either. We're going to Vito in Malaysia, though. Vito.
What up, Vito? Long time.
What up? How's everyone doing? Now, yes, my take on things. This is why boxing is failing in America, because the moment they talk about a fight,
how you gonna say it's failing in America when the whole fucking UK is coming over here to fucking? How you saying that when the whole UK is coming over here? Everybody coming over here. Eddie just told him the market's over here, but that's why boxing is failing in America. Sure, Vito.
Let me make my point.
You ain't got no fucking point.
Let me make my point.
You ain't got no
point. This is why. Listen, UFC, they're taking the good things from boxing and using it in their platform to succeed. Now, the moment they mentioned this, the moment you came out with that interview, the first thing you did, which I feel is very stupid, is to just without hearing what Haymon's team has to say, is to bring out your accounting knowledge and start saying things about who's the A side and who's the B side and stuff like that. Why can't you just push the narrative and make push things to make the fight happen instead of playing the A side, B side role? That's very dumb.
Why Vito from fucking really Malaysia? Why the fuck you don't do that when we doing a show on Deontay Wilder and you want AJ to fucking be the clear A side and you telling Wilder to take every fucking offer? I know who you are. Like y'all can't act like I got shit memory. I know all of you and all your calls. Don't act like you don't tell us AJ's the A side. So now why does it matter? Fucking man, you guys are terrible,
later,
bro.
and then start saying things about the A side. Let them fight. It's a good thing that Bud does not have. I listened to the previous caller. Bud does not have someone to fight his desperate. That is good. That is good for us fight fans. He has no one to fight, so let them fight. Stop pushing the narrative of A side, B side. Why the fight is not going to happen?
Set it up. Tell him send the fucking check. Get out of here with that bullshit.
We got a super chat from my guy Jonathan Sims. Mike, here's a $1 million question for you to ask during a media call with Reggie Bud. Ask him why no one-on-one interviews with black media. I mean, I've seen Bud do interviews with Seconds Out, my regular Raheem. He was on Stephen A. Smith's radio show.
He does them.
We seen him.
And he was on Charlamagne
show, and he was on motherfucking Hot 97 with Ebro in the morning. So I mean, Bud does do black media. Maybe he just doesn't do the people that talk shit about him. Maybe that's the thing.
Maybe. I just want to.
And that's no different from any other boxers. You know what I'm saying? Some boxers just don't fuck with you if you say something or if you interview somebody that they don't like. I've seen him on numerous occasions.
So shout out to Ron G. He was at the post-fight press conference, so he got this footage. I just want you to hear this, and this is exactly what the super chat is referencing.
But y'all got the New York fights. I don't know if you're aware that Danny Garcia looked pretty good tonight against Adrian Caneros and stopped him. Bob was saying earlier that Al Haymon doesn't want to make fights with top rank, particularly yourself. What do you think about a fight between you and Danny Garcia next?
What do you think his answer is going to be, Akan?
He most likely deflected and said that it would most likely be dealt with by his management, his promoter. Did he do that?
Michael, what do you think his answer is going to be? Or do you already know it because you happen to watch all Bud Crawford content? Michael?
He's on a call.
Oh, he's on a call. How convenient.
Just answer the question.
You heard him?
Question.
That's his answer.
Between you and Danny Garcia next. You just answered the question.
Now, how is that cool? How is that nice to that person? You just answered the question. And how is that answered? Again, the reporter is asking him, yo, Bob is saying Al doesn't want to make fights with you. Danny just looked good. You guys got history. What do you think about a fight between you and him? Well, you just answered your own question. And what he means by that is Arum says Haymon doesn't want to make fights. So we're just going to believe Arum is what Crawford is saying. We're not going to push as the franchise, as the fighter who the promoter works for. It's not the other way around. Terrence could instruct Bob to make that fight or don't do anything else, but he chooses not to. He'd rather answer questions like this. He could have easily said, yo, me and Danny got 1-1 in the amateurs. Me and his father have talked shit on social media. We got history. It's a great fight. I would love that fight. Hopefully Arum and Al could settle their differences and let us make that fight. That's a great fight for me. That's a good name to have on my resume. But nah, he ain't got that energy. He want to shut down the reporter and have a room full of fucking lackeys. These dudes is lackeys. Laughing. Because Crawford laughed, I got to laugh because I'm a fucking follower. Bunch of punks, man. And Mike turning into one. I see it, man. It's sad, bro. Mike, stop it, man.
Bro, hold on,
Be real, man. Be
First
real.
of all, right after the fight in the ring, he called out Earl Spence. He didn't say much about Danny Garcia, so we know what fight he wants. And for you to
what'd he say about Earl Spence? I don't remember. And I'm not being sarcastic.
I sent you the clip last night. The guy was like, "Yeah, there's a guy that they call the boogeyman," and Crawford was like, "Yeah, that's me." And they're like, "Yeah, we were trying to see."
Yeah,
But
and then Bernardo Suna says something like, "That's what I wanted to hear." And then again, Crawford's wrong energy. He says, "Tell him to call us if Earl wants to fight."
No.
Man, I'm gonna have to play it then.
Y'all know what fight I want. I want the Earl Spence fight. So hopefully that they can Bob calls or Al calls Bob, and we get it rocking.
Here we go. Watch at the end. He says this. If Earl's ready, I'm ready.
Nigga, just let it play. Don't give the people
I'm telling you,
fucking falses of security. Let it play. Then react.
No. I want the people to see that I'm right before it plays.
Man, you right. Okay.
Called the boogeyman, but you know how I go. Now,
shit. Sorry. Where'd that go? Here we go.
Called the boogeyman, but you know how I go. Now, everybody wants to know about pound for pound. Everybody wants to know about 147. There's a man they called the boogeyman at 147. That's me. That's what I wanted to know. Talk to me about what you want next to prove who is the boogeyman at 47.
Well, you know, it's only one fight they talking about, and that's Spence. Whenever you're ready, I'm here.
See? Wrong energy. Whenever he's ready. Now I'm gonna instruct Bob.
Whenever
now
he's
I've
ready,
instructed
bro.
Bob.
We seen Earl Spence and a little video that you got playing.
Good, man.
Tell Crawford, why would I go down your route when I can fight Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, and Keith Thurman and go down the easy route? That's what he told Crawford to his face. So whenever Earl Spence is ready for the fight, let me know. I'm ready.
We never gonna change Mike, man.
He's going off a one-on-one conversation he had with him, not something nigga in the media. Something a man told him face to face. That's what he's going off of. Sorry, kind of excited.
We never gonna get Mike to change. It's all good, fellas. We gonna see him break. We gonna see him crack when the fight happen. That's all. That's when we gonna see him unwind. You see how I got in that 7th round of the Wilder fight? I was like, oh shit. It got crazy, and that's how we gonna see about Mike. That's when all the truth is told on fight night. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Join us for tonight on Untitled. Probably, I don't know, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock-ish. If not, maybe 7, because we usually do Untitled a little later. That is a show where we sit back, relax, talk a little bit of everything on, Patreon-only show, obviously. For sure, we're talking a little Game of Thrones and a couple of movies that are out, plus maybe some music, you never know. Looks like we got a super chat from
Fannin International Boxing Channel simply says salute. Thanks,
salute, Fannin. Thank you for the love. Man. So,
and we got another super chat from Jonathan Sims. No, man, don't end the show.
It's over, champs. I gotta hit the gym, man. I can't lose. There's only one rule. I will not lose. Yo, NestGTO, Instagram, and Twitter.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 and on Twitter at Gross2312. And big ups to the Pound for Pound King, Terrence Crawford. Again, you show everybody why you are one of the best boxing brains in the sport, how you pick guys apart, and how you put on shows for people who want to come see you. Even though it was a accidental low blow, I felt like Khan could have continue, but he chose not to, and I'm not here to judge a man's spirit. So big ups to Amir Khan too. Whenever you come back in the ring, I'll definitely be checking you out. And man, if you listen right now, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button if you haven't. If you want to go one step farther and support the Boxing Voice, head over to patreon.com/the Boxing Voice and go ahead and sign up to one of our tiers from $3 all the way up to the pound for pound or mastermind. You can go ahead and join that mastermind chat where we talk a lot of shit and win a lot of money on these betting shows.
Catch you guys on the next one.
One away. It was one away from 1,800. One away.
I know, bro. And more. It wasn't 18 flat either. It was like 18. It was like 18. No, and I had it. I had it by knockout on another parlay. That's the issue, bro. But damn, man. That felt good to see all those green, though. It was a lot of green, bro. I mean, but that's what I said. That's only going to make us better because now Wednesday we're going to start a little early. You know, we got to start just like, maybe it's watching fights. I don't know. Whatever it is, but you know, we're definitely starting early so that doesn't happen, and we can't, because 1,800 that was a free vacation.
Catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for tuning in with us. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, catch you on the next one.
Bruh, and that was 1,800 off $1, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Off $1. But anyway.
One of Mike parlays, baby. One of Mike's specials. I told him we was doing it, man. Go Danny by knockout, bro. Danny gonna get it done, man. I don't sleep on Danny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why you don't want Crawford to fight him. Peace.
This nigga right here.
Thank you for using